Hey everybody, I'm Dave Lopez and I'm one of the authors of Still Point, Inner Peace is the New Success. And one of the reasons we wrote the book is to help people get out of a life of chaos and into a life of inner peace. And there are certainly methods for doing that, and there are a lot of people who talk about how to do it, but Still Point addresses it from primarily an emotional context. And we think it's really important to get in touch with your emotions because emotions tell the story. When an event happens in our lives, for instance, we have two options. We can either operate from our knee-jerk response to the event, or we can go through a filtering process where we take a deep breath, think about what's happening, and choose a different path. So for instance, you're driving down the highway and all of a sudden you hit a traffic jam. And I know I don't like traffic, and I'm sure most of you out there don't like traffic. It's just something that really can get under your nerves. So you're sitting there and you're like driving and you're stuck. Now you have two options. You can go batshit crazy and you can get all worked up and you can get yourself all super anxious, or you can choose an alternative. You can look at it differently. You can say, wow, this gives me an opportunity to listen to some classical music, make a couple of phone calls, do whatever it is. So it's not as if the event is any different. You're still in the middle of traffic, but how you handle it is different. And that's what Still Point is about. It's about creating for ourselves the experiences that we want. Because ultimately, of course, we're all creators of our experiences and our lives. And Still Point understands self-mastery, emotional self-reliance, and emotional intelligence are the buzzwords that move us from victim to responsible. And I think when we're operating more responsibly, we don't have to have that blame game going on. It's not like someone did it to us, or the world did it to us, or the world is unfair, because going in those places doesn't really do anything for us. And it's actually just continues to put us down a negative path. And the paths that we choose are so often influenced by our self-esteem. And so we have a chapter on self-esteem, and it's really important to accurately identify which spectrum of the self-esteem spectrum do you sit on, right? High self-esteem, low self-esteem. Where do we sit? It's important to understand, because typically when we have high self-esteem, we choose actions, we choose thoughts, we choose deliberations that move us toward peace and serenity. When we operate from low self-esteem, we often make choices from a position of victimhood. And we often make decisions that ultimately lead us to misery and ultimately chaos. And so understanding the options that are available to us and the lifespan of an emotion, we can become masters of our emotions, which is really very important and fundamental to the idea of creating inner peace for ourselves. And finally, of course, how we define success is very, very important. All right, so traditionally, as a society, and as, of course, Western society, we've come to define success fundamentally in financial terms, really. Success, the first thought, our knee-jerk reaction that comes to our mind is typically finances, wealth, rich, accomplishments, certifications. All of these things are indications of success. Well, I contend that success is an inside job, and that there really is no such thing as success or failure. They're both illusions, right? What we tell ourselves about an experience makes it either successful or a failure. Someone might truly enjoy being number two because they were so far down the path that number two is successful to them. But yet, to the person who wants to be number one, number two is a failure. So what is number two? Is number two failure or success? As I said, it's neither. It's what we say it is. And that's the way life works. And I want to move us out of the paradigm of success being a financial experience into the paradigm of success being an inside job. That really success is where we experience personal happiness and peace. And from that position, as a foundation, we build our lives. And so Still Point takes us through the path of moving from chaos, victim, blame, someone else is responsible for me, success as defined by finances, to I am responsible. I'm the master of my destiny. Success is defined by me as an inside job, and happiness is the ultimate destiny. And Still Point will take you along that journey. And we're so glad you are on the journey with us, and thanks for checking in on this video, and hope you'll pick up the book. Again, the name is Still Point, and you can find more information about the book at harvardmisfit.com. And if you click on that link, there is another link on that page to look up Still Point, and you can learn more about it. Anyway, thanks for tuning in. Have a great day.